Peace and salute to everyone tapped in, everyone who's gonna watch this, the replay gang and all that good stuff. Listen, man, y'all, please do not get caught up on what's going on, y'all. Do not get caught up in what's going on. Y'all see the thumbnail. The world is a stage.
My phone?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't.
The world is a stage,
Yo.
y'all.
Call ended.
The world is a stage, man. Don't
He
fall.
trying to bring his kids today, nigga.
Don't fall for what's going on, y'all. Everything's a setup. If y'all don't know, that protest that's going on in LA, that's happening in the rest of the cities like Chicago, New York, Boston out here. I was just downtown Boston, and they already got people mob deep down there. You know what I'm saying? The world is a stage. Everything is pre-planned. Okay? They already got like cinder blocks and bricks set up where the protesters are gonna be. Make that make sense. Make that make sense, y'all. Don't get caught up in what's going on. Don't get your feelings and your emotions all wrapped up in what's going on. It ain't Trump's fault like they presented it to be. Oh, this is all happening because of Trump, this and that. It don't matter who the president could be or would have been. Things would have still happened. Salute, Ultra. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't get caught up in that. What's going on, man? Don't get caught up. Like I said, everything is set up. There's tons of videos that mainstream news will not show you, that people that go to these areas to protest, they showing they already got cinder blocks there, they got bricks there, and they got rocks all set up for the protesters. Okay? This is just a remix of what happened 4 or 5 years ago. Okay? Everything is always pre-planned ahead of time. Okay? There's a man, I forgot homie's name, but he's like a George Soros. Okay? He's in China, who's funding all of these protests. So people be thinking these protests be just happening with just regular folk and all this other stuff. Nah, it's not. It's always funded. Okay? And there's always an agenda behind it. Like I watched a video that was sent to me of Maxine Waters talking about, oh, she's out there in the streets. There's no rioting. There's no protesting going on and all this other stuff. That's all lies, man. That's all lies. Y'all don't get caught up. Let me see. Amazed how people still have faith in. Yeah, exactly. But see, those are the simpletons, man, that I do not have conversations with, because you could be showing them the proof and the truth, Ultra. They going to believe what they believe. You know what I'm saying? Or what they was taught to believe. They're going to go against what you're telling them. They're not going to even want to see the facts and the truth. They're just going to be like, no, that's not what it is. This is what it is. And you could be like, no, I'm trying to show you the truth. Listen, man, I don't even, like I said, I don't even have conversations with people like that. We got too many simpletons walking around. We got too many non-free and critical thinkers who don't see beyond the surface level of what is being shown to them or being presented to them. So people like that, I don't even hold a conversation with, because they're always going to go against the grain. You get what I'm saying? Correct. They will still deny it. Exactly. Exactly. Salute, love is blue. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just came from downtown Boston like maybe about an hour ago. I'm at my homeboy's barbershop now, and they already got the protesters ready. Like I said, when you see California pass a law, pass a bill, or they doing something in California, just know the second state to follow suit is New York. Then you'll get your Chicago. Then you get your Boston. Then you get other cities, New Jersey, Philadelphia. These are all major cities, man. These are all major cities that runs with these agendas and propagandas that, like I said, whatever bill is passed in California, New York is always second. Y'all could research this stuff. But again, I keep forgetting sometimes that I'm on this platform and I'm not speaking straight up to y'all. So I'm going to say allegedly, okay? Allegedly. After California passes a bill, passes a law, New York is always second. And then the rest of the other states follow suit. You get what I'm saying? Salute, Roger. Salute. Always big three. Cali. Yeah, correct. Correct. I think Texas did theirs. Texas, I think, or at least Houston. I know they protest in Houston. You know, again, y'all, you know, that's why if y'all check the thumbnail, I forgot who said it. I'm not too sure if it was Shakespeare that said the world's is a stage. They don't say these things for no reason, y'all. Seriously. They don't say these things for no reason. The world is a stage. Everything is pre-planned. Like, one of my homies sent me an audio of Dr. Fauci, right? Speaking in front of Congress. This was way before they ran with what they was pushing and how he's like, yo, this is the way we're going to do it. I'm talking about audio. He's not holding back. He's not biting his tongue. He said, we're going to mandate. We're going to force people. And when you put somebody back against the wall, they got no choice. And he gave the whole game plan on how they was going to do it. And I think this audio is from like 2015, okay? So, again, everything is always pre-planned. That's why people was calling it a planned, you know, such and such. Because everything, they always set their playbook in motion years in advance. Salute, T-Riggles. Salute to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man, for tapping in. Y'all could be anywhere doing anything, but I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. But yeah, so don't, you know, I'm not going to tell nobody if you want to go out there and protest, that's on you. Just make sure you're safe. You know, make sure you stand in a place where you have exits. You know what I'm saying? Because when these things happen, you don't want to be in the middle and you don't want to be in the front. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go to these places, you know what I mean? I make sure that I have multiple places that I can, you know, just DIP to. You know, when things hit the fan, I have exit routes. Okay, yeah, we could dip over here on the right, or we could go over here on the left, or let's just go right back behind us. How we came in, that's the way we're gonna leave. Make sure, man, I'm not gonna tell nobody not to go, you know, partake in it, but just understand, or forget the understand, just understand and overstand that everything is pre-planned, y'all. Everything was already set in motion. Like, allegedly, there was a paperwork shown that came out a week before the LA protesting and stuff like that, that they was looking for the strongest men, okay? They was looking for the strongest men, and the job was starting to pay off at, I think, $1,600, and is most to like $6,000. And it was taking former police officers, but no military. Now, come on now. Why would you want the strongest guys? And on top of it, you're paying these guys, these men, to do certain things. You get what I'm saying? They was recruiting, basically, okay? Now, again, y'all, like I said, because we on this type of platform, I got to say allegedly with everything, because when you say certain things, things get removed. You know what I'm saying? Philly OG, salute, man. Salute to you. Appreciate you for tapping in. So y'all just be mindful. Like I said, I just left downtown Boston. I had to go down there and link up with somebody real quick. And we already seen the protesters going down there. I think New York is doing theirs today as well, if they didn't do it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Chicago, all the major cities, they doing the protest. Just be mindful, y'all. If you do go down there, you don't want to be in the middle and you don't want to be in the front of the protest. Make sure you in the back, and make sure you have multiple exits, because, you know, they sending out the best of the best. And they already deployed, I think in LA, they deployed like 700 military men from different branches. I think the highest was like the Marines or something like that. You know what I mean? But y'all just be mindful. Yo, I'm sweating like a pig right now, y'all. In this car. Let me go outside and talk to y'all, man. Just be mindful. Just know that, man, again, a lot of things allegedly is already staged and set up. And I know that, you know, we're living in a time where people's attention span is very short, but this playbook has been ran 5 years ago, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And some of the footages that they're showing y'all is not even present or new footages. These are footages from 5 years ago when people were protesting. Okay, and I'm linked up to people that debunk some of these things. They got good you know, I don't want to say too much, but they got good things that where, like you see behind me, I could take a picture here and they'll put the picture through a process and it will tell them exact current location where I took this picture at. Facts. These people that I'm linked in with. You get what I'm saying? They got that high tech type of things. You know what I'm saying? That they can use, you know? And just to show me that, you know, I'm not saying they don't have it, but just to show me, they wanted me to see that they have this type of technology. They told me to send 2 pictures. And while I was on a video chat with them, they showed me, it gave the exact location. And they was like, was you over here when you took that? And I was like, yeah. When I say precisely, precisely. And I'm hearing that in LA, they had drones, right? Allegedly, the new information that I got this morning was they got drones that's flying overhead and that's taking pictures of everybody that's protesting, right? And now some of these people are facing arrest to go to federal court because they assaulted police officers. And again, I'm saying allegedly, y'all. So be mindful of those type of things. You know, they want certain people to be there. You know, it don't matter if you wear a mask now. If your eyes is showing, it could still give your identity up. Just know that, y'all. Just be mindful of those things. Peace and salute, oh son. Peace, peace. Epic, salute to you. Appreciate that. Fenici, you already know, my guy. But yeah, just be mindful, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell nobody not to protest, but just make sure y'all are mindful when y'all going into these protests. Like I said, they already mob deep in my city, downtown Boston. You know what I'm saying? I think New York did theirs yesterday, or it might be today. Because what they do is when the other cities follow suit, they do it simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? Around the same time. And remember, again, y'all, we already see this played out before. You know what I'm saying? The world is a stage. You know, to the simpletons, to the simple-minded, they can't compute what, you know, a lot of this stuff is staged. A lot of the footages that, you know, you might see on mainstream news is not what it is. I remember the Ukraine and the Russia war, they were showing some footages. And a couple of people already debunked it and was like, yo, this ain't a present video. This video happened like 5 years ago. So pay attention to that too, man. Again, you know, go beyond what they projecting. Go beyond what they showing you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't marching. I ain't protesting. I hear you, Ultra, man. The best place to be at, man, is in your house, in your home. You know what I'm saying? Protect that fortress. You know what I'm saying? Protect your castle, you know, and stuff like that. That's the safest and best place to be. You know, I'm not protesting. I just happen to be down there. And I'm like, yo, where's all these mob of people dressed in all black? You know, I'm dressed in all black, but I wasn't part of it. They thought I was going down there. They're like, oh, brother, you know, the protest is starting at such and such time. I'm like, oh, yeah? Oh, okay, I'll be down there. And I'm like, yeah, all right. You know, I just happen to have this attire on today because it was cool when I was out earlier. Now it's starting to warm up. But again, y'all just be mindful, be safe. You know, if y'all got them legals and you want to go protest, just be mindful and, you know, pay attention to your surroundings, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you might have somebody that's next to you that think, you know, you might fall into that trap thinking that they really for the cause. They're not for the cause. They there to cause, you know, chaos. So just be mindful of that, you know. It's about to get ugly. I mean, bro, let me just say this, right? And again, we on a platform that ain't ours. So we got to be mindful of how we talk. These Avenger movies, these Marvel and DC movies, they predictively program you for certain things. And I think the last Captain America or the one before was called Civil War. So y'all see where I'm going with it, right? This is what they want. They want to uprise. They want a civil war. And again, allegedly. Oh man, there's my favorite producer. My favorite producer. My producer's better than y'all's. And on top of it, she's a beautiful female on top of it too. Salute, love child, salute. Angie Baby. That's another Bostonian, y'all. Angie Baby got a channel. If y'all want to tap in with her, tap in with her. Tap in with Love is Blue. She does dope content. Y'all need intros, outros for your YouTube pages or IG or whatever. Tap into the best producer. That's Love Child, the producer. That girl got beats, y'all. She got dope beats. And she got that sauce. I'm not saying it just to be saying it. That's why I'm telling y'all to go on her platform and y'all check out her beats. You know what I'm saying? I'm her manager, by the way. So if y'all want beats, let's talk some prices. You heard? Nah, I'm just joking, man. She sets her own prices. I'm just joking. But yeah, Angie Baby's a content creator. Nija's a content creator. Philly OG. You know, if y'all wanna if y'all got videos and things and you want a safe community, you know, Philly OG's platform is a safe community. You could send him videos through via email and he'll play it on his channel and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Ultra, you might as well become a content creator too, man. Who else I missed? T Wriggles, he's another content creator. I don't know about Epic. O-Sun, she's another content creator. You know what I'm saying? Majority of the people that's on my platform, y'all are all content creators, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Philly OG likes to say, subscribe to everybody, man. Subscribe to one another. That's the only way we gonna grow is by supporting one another. Of course, there's gonna be certain things that people post or people talk about we're all not gonna agree on. And I don't want everybody to agree with what I'm saying. It makes for a better conversation because that's the way you learn is by having, you know, respectfully disagreements with one another. Shoot, Ultra be commenting on a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff he's with me on, some of the things he be like, Maybach, I see it this way. That don't make me better, and that doesn't make him better. That's how you learn, by learning somebody how somebody think, you know, and stuff like that. You know, shoot, me and Nija, man, we you know, we be going at it when it comes to the sports. I say one thing, he says another, and we respectfully agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you grow, man. You everybody that's around you, I don't want anybody that's I'm with or that's around me, I don't want them to agree with everything that I'm saying. Because now it's like, you know, what are they there for? How do we grow? How do we learn from one another if we can't respectfully disagree? You get what I'm saying? Salute, Georgia. Salute. But yeah, man, y'all just be mindful, man. Because I was going to post a list of all the cities. I know for a fact it's Boston. Like I said, they doing ours today. The protesting is being done today. I think New York might have did theirs yesterday, or they doing it today. Then there's Chicago, Texas, all the major cities. Just be mindful, y'all, because again, the world is a stage. People take what mainstream news is selling them. But when you're telling the truth, you're going to have people, whether it's family or friends, that's going to be like, oh, nah, that's all conspiracy. Listen, again, I could just only put out the information. What you do with the information is on you. That's why I always tell people, go do your own research. Don't believe everything that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I know what I know. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Kyra knows. Salute. You know, I know what I know. But I want y'all to do y'all research. And plus, anybody that's watching mainstream news and think that is informative, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to disrespect you, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm tapped in with people that actually know what's going on, you know, whether it's former military friends that I have. I'm not going to say too much on this platform, you know, but I'm super tapped in. I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Solo, salute, brother. Salute. Salute. You know, but yeah, y'all, like I said, man, just be mindful and y'all pay attention, man, to what's going on. The news is not going to tell you. Y'all should know now what news stands for. The word news only stands for north, east, west, south. Nothing in that word means that they giving information. And mainstream news is freely to run with propaganda and push out agendas with no repercussions. You know what I'm saying? No one from mainstream news will be jailed or get in trouble for putting out false narratives or propaganda and agenda. It's the truth. Truth Zone, salute, salute. You know what I'm saying? So again, y'all do y'all research. If y'all going to protest, like I said, I'll never tell nobody to not protest, whatever. Just be mindful of the people that's around you. Again, not everybody in these protests, and I gotta say allegedly, not everybody at this protest is for maybe what the cause that you're for. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of it, again, is staged and is set up with different people that might be like, yeah, but once the protest is over, they're going to be doing some crazy things. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just be mindful of what's going on. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And I got people from, in different countries that's tapped into my channel. I got South African friends. I got friends from West Africa. You know what I'm saying? That's tapped in. I got people in the UK that's tapped in, whether it's Canada, London, France, Swiss. You know what I'm saying? I got family in those places as well, too. So, and things always happen in the UK first. Before it always come over here, it happens over there. Like, I don't know if y'all know, there was a message that was sent to people that live in the UK. I want to say it was last month, that told them that, go stock up on some canned goods and some food and some flashlights, battery, all this other stuff, because they might not have any lights for 72 hours. Now, that happened to Spain. There was about 72,000 to 100K people without electricity for like a whole week, okay, in Spain. And that a lot of these other countries, that's where they allegedly be starting off, testing certain things to see what happens in those places, and then they bring it over here to us. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ignorant people that be like, oh, those two countries is fighting each other. That has nothing to do with me. Yeah, today it don't have nothing to do with you, but 2 to 5 years later, it's gonna affect you. You know what I'm saying? My fault I'm not reading y'all comments, man. You know what I'm saying? Milestone, man. Salute. Salute, shots. Salute, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, y'all just be mindful of what's going on. NY Nikki, peace and salute. Appreciate y'all. Y'all just be mindful of what's going on. Like I said, you know what I mean? Just be mindful of these protests. They always use the major cities, you know what I mean, for the stage, so be mindful. Like I said, today they doing the Boston one. I'm not going to be nowhere near the, downtown Boston when things start hitting the fan, because they deploying, like I said, they deploying all of these military people from the National Guard to different branches of the military to these major cities. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you don't know who's standing next to you. You're not going to know who's standing next to you. I don't care what type of event it is, y'all. Since about 10, 15 years ago, before there was a lot of changes, every time I went to like a major event, whatever it was, I always made sure me and my peoples always was in the back. Like I was at the Haitian Flag Day parade. I wasn't in the middle of it, I posted some of the video. If you see my footage, you could basically can tell where I'm at. Everything is in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So if anything start happening, I could see it happening. I'm always in the back. I'd rather be in the back. You know what I'm saying? Plus I be with people that got them legals on them. So if, anything happen, oh yeah, they could handle their business. You heard? But yeah, man, again, y'all be mindful, man, of what's going on. The world is a stage, y'all. Don't just buy what they selling, y'all. Pay attention. That's like if I'm selling you some fake Jordans, right? And you don't expose me. You don't be like, oh, Maybach, get out of here with these fake Jordans. But you could see it with your eyes. What else proof do you need? If them fake Jordans don't look right to you and they don't feel right, then it ain't right. You get what I'm saying? But people still be falling for the propaganda. Monique, salute, peace and salute. You know what I'm saying? Again, y'all, just pay attention to what's going on. Because it's gonna get crazy, man. It's gonna get crazy. That's why I've been saying for months, since actually last year, I've been telling y'all, when y'all go to these grocery stores, stock up on a lot of extra things. If you got the money, I understand we're in a time where the economy is not all that great and with inflation and all of that. But if y'all do have the means, y'all do have the funds, stock up on some extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get extra batteries, buy some new flashlights. Maybe the old ones don't work no more. You know what I'm saying? Start protecting your home or where you live at. Get with a certain amount of people that's about survival tactics and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Start training on doing certain things, getting y'all bodies in shape. You know what I'm saying? I know Deja Vu, she be eating healthy stuff. She works out. That's what we need to be doing, people, because when stuff hits the fan, you're going to want to be around the strongest of strong, whether that's men and women. You want to be around the people who can free think and critical think in situations, people that have, you know, knowledge in, you know, defense, all these type of defense. That's why I be telling some of y'all women that don't have no Charles, salute, bro. Some of y'all women that don't have no felonies, that don't have a record, yo, part of your constitutional right is to bear arms. You know, start taking some of these courses. You know, go to the gun range. In every city, every state, there's gun ranges. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Start doing certain things because you want to be able to protect not just yourself, but your family. You know, and a lot of some of y'all women don't have no men around. So you want to be the protector. Protect your home, protect your family. You know? Listen, man, I have a saying, people be laughing at it. It's the truth. I be like Malcolm X, all right, looking out my window, and that's all I would say. I be like Malcolm X with the shade pulled back a little bit, looking up and looking down my street and seeing what's going on. But in the area I live in anyways, I got like-minded people. I got former military, you know, that's in my area. We got retired doctors. We got retired nurses in my area. In my area, they prepared for anything that happens. I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? So get around like-minded people. I remember years ago when that show, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all remember the show called Doomsday Preppers. And I used to watch it faithfully, you know, and I used to have some homies come over and they'd be like, yo, why don't you put it on the game? Why you watching this lame show? And I'm like, this show's lame to you? So you don't think anything could happen? They telling you slowly but surely in the news, oh yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, he's got an underground bunker that he's building. This one got an underground bunker in their backyard. This one, like, why you think they doing that? They doing it just to be doing it? You know what I'm saying? You think they doing it? And again, I want to have free thinkers around me. Because listen, there's going to be family members that ain't going to agree to what you might, you know, be into. There's going to be friends that's going to be against what you. And that's why I said, I don't care you black, white, yellow, green, orange. I don't care about that. But if you like-minded like me, yes, let's build together. Because when shit hit the fan, it ain't going to be about who's white, who's this, who's that. And these are all crayon colors anyways. Let's be realistic. But I'm just saying this for the sake of just saying it. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to matter about nobody's nationality, nobody's this and that. Salute, Deja Vu. Charles, salute. Peace and salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. So it's not going to even matter about what nationality, who's from this part of the world, who's from that, who's from the UK, who's from this soil, you know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff, you know? When some of y'all that work the 9 to 5, when you go to work, you have some non-humans next to you and you don't even know they're non-humans. So make that make sense. You feel what I'm saying? So again, y'all, just be mindful, man. Just protect yourselves. Like I said, man, protect your home, protect the ones that are next to you. Because again, where I live at, I've been there for 25 plus years. I know everybody around my neighborhood. I'll just leave it at that. And everybody knows me. Like I can actually borrow a cup of sugar, coffee, whatever, and they can do the same. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people that live in different areas that, you know, it ain't like that. So I get that part too. But if you got somebody that is like-minded, that shares common interest in things, those are the ones you want next to you. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that you're going to want next to you. Because when, like I said, when things hit the fan and it start getting bad, you're going to want generals next to you. Yeah, that's why they send soldiers to war. The soldiers are always the first ones to go. Why? Because they're casualties of wars. Do generals ever die? Generals don't get unalived. generals be behind closed doors giving out the game plan, you know, the play by play of the playbook. You know what I'm saying? That's what generals be doing. So I want generals next to me. You know what I'm saying? But again, y'all be mindful of what's going on out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Peace and salute to every single one of y'all that tapped in. You know, I'm about to go in and go get a cut. You know what I'm saying? I got to get it here. As a matter of fact, somebody has said to me too, like, yo, you wear mad hats. Are you bald under there? Listen, man, I got hair. See, I need a haircut. Y'all see the waves? Ain't no bald under here, y'all. Ain't no bald under here. I just wear a lot of hats because I got a lot of hats. I got about like 35 hats. So I'm going to wear a lot of hats. I spent my money. You know what I'm saying? But no, ain't no bald nothing under here. Y'all see that? A lot of people text me or they DM me like, yo, are you bald under there? Nah, I got waves. Wait till I show y'all the fresh cut. I might just go live again just to show y'all the waves is really be waving. It's the Atlantic Ocean over here. You know, since I'm on the East Coast, it's the Atlantic Ocean under here. You heard? But people just be asking weird questions, man. I don't know why that's important if I'm bald or not. That's not even important. Let's build. That's more important. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Monique, definitely. Got to have generals, man. No soldiers. We don't want no casualties of wars, you heard? We want generals. You know, and like I said, I got lots of friends that went to the military. You know what I'm saying? Marines. I got Rangers, that Army Rangers. That's like the top, the Rangers. What else? Navy. Air Force. Got lots of friends in the Air Force too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. And let me just say this too, right? A lot of these pale folks, right, that goes to the military, yeah, a lot of them go for the money, right? A lot of them go to learn certain things, you know what I'm saying? So they could be certified in certain fields and all of that. But I'm going to tell you the number one thing that a lot of people don't know about some of these pale folks that go into the military. A lot of them, when they come back home, they train the whole family. This is facts. They train survival. They teach survival tactics to other family members, the men, the women, and the children that's in the family. Just in case they not around, mama, dad, grandma, grandpa, sister, nieces, little brothers can take care of themselves if they not around, if they've been deployed to, you know, go handle business, you know. But y'all make sure y'all always pay attention. And that's one of the number one things that I know. I can speak on the friends that I have that was part of the military that they was doing with their family and their friends. You know what I'm saying? Is teaching survival tactics. What's good? What's good, man? How you doing? All right. Blessed up. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just always make sure, man, you know, again, there's survival. There's I know in any city, any state that y'all are in or any country that y'all in, y'all could Google a place that will teach you survival tactics, that will give you training, like defense training and stuff like that, hand-to-hand combat, you know, because not everybody's going to have a weapon in their hand. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to have a weapon in their hand, you know, but if you learn that hand-to-hand combat, like I got a homie who teaches boxing classes to men, women, teenagers, and children, you know, and stuff like that, you know. So y'all gonna need those, man. Because it's looking like it's going to happen now. I know a lot of people have been talking about it for 10 to 15 years. Now, the plays is already set in motion, y'all. Y'all should see what's going on. And again, I got to say, allegedly, you know, I don't know nothing, YouTube. I'm just a little information, a little birdie told me. I don't know anything. I'm just telling my subscribers, my family on YouTube to just be mindful of what's going on and to be ready. So you don't have to get ready. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I appreciate that, Love is Blue. You know, but I always make sure I say it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, but yeah, y'all, I'm about to get off of here. I appreciate all of y'all again. Y'all could have been anywhere. Y'all could have been doing anything. But y'all tapped in with me. Like I said, a lot of y'all that I know that lives in major cities like I do. You know what I'm saying? Just be mindful. If you do go to these protests, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you stay safe. You know, like I like to say, stay vigilant and move militant. I always end every live like that. I've been saying that. That's the only way we still, you know, are here today, breathing. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all stay vigilant and move militant. And salute to everybody. Salute to everyone that tapped in. You know, I got a big family on here. I can't mention everybody because I don't want to leave out anybody, and people, some people might feel a type of way. So I'm gonna say to all of you guys, every single one of you guys and ladies, let me stop saying guys, to y'all ladies, y'all women who tapped in, I appreciate y'all. It's always love. Love is love. And to my kings, you know, salute. You know, I'm not going to call y'all queens because if y'all know where the word really comes from, I'm going to call y'all empresses. So to y'all empresses, I appreciate y'all. And to my kings, y'all already know, salute, peace, and I'm out of here.